Hello everyone and welcome to another video. It's again been a while since I actually did one here. I'm not going to say I'm back again for the the 50 millionth time now, and basically just do a video or two and then just never come back again for another year or so. But I just wanted to just do a video on a whim anyway though, because I just want to give my sort of detailed thoughts, in a way I could say, on a certain game that's just come out, that a lot of people really like, and basically it's been getting great reviews across the board from what I've seen, and I really like it myself. I really love it, in fact. Um, and this is a multiplayer only shooter, a competitive multiplayer only shooter. And the fact is, I don't play a lot of them. Like, I play some of the big ones, but I don't go and play, hours and hours of them now. And just get really into them, max out the ranking and stuff like that there. Um, because I just don't, not fussed on competitive multiplayer shooters for the most part. I don't really like competitive games for the most part, and prefer, co-op, solo, single player, or co-op, like with friends and that there. And like the last, like, but the back in the day though, when I got my 360 and stuff, I did play a lot of, Call of Duty 2, and then when Gears of War came out, I played a lot of it though. And then, Call of Duty 4 and like Halo 3 and, games like that. And but then I just sort of, didn't really play as much as them as well, because like I play a lot of those games because I had like friends, and like I still play with a few of them though, but sort of, everyone goes their ways though, and just, that's what happens with life. But back then I played a lot of those. Games because I was playing with a bunch of friends online and that there, which was fun. Um, but since then, like I played like less of certain games. Like I played like a couple of hours certain ones though, like, or because I wasn't fussed in them though. Like I played Halo 5 multiplayer, not fussed in it. I played Battlefront though, the Star Wars, the Dice one, which was fine, but I actually prefer the pandemic ones that were released, in last decade, um, and just, other ones as well, like, certain Call of Duty ones, like Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, which was like, it was pretty good actually. That was probably the one I played the most of in terms of competitive multiplayer in the last couple of years until now. But none of them like really grabbed me in a long time. Like the last one I could say like I quite liked. It's not a multiplayer only shooter game now, but it had its competitive multiplayer, and that was Killzone 2. So it was, and Killzone 2, I really loved the multiplayer now because I actually liked the mode where it just switched between different variations. Where first, it could be like just team deathmatch. I think it was called body count or something. And the mode, and then all of a sudden, oh, you have to eliminate this. You have to eliminate someone on the other team, like assassinate them, and then like all of a sudden it could be capture this point or whatever. Not and, like it switched between them though, and then like there's a score at the end. Like some team could get 4, and the other team could get 3. Wins from like certain modes. I actually like that there. I actually forget what it was called now. I think it was Warzone. I think the general name of it was. I forget exactly though. But I did really enjoy it though, and I just had a blast. And I was like pretty good at it as well though. Like I usually ended up like in the higher end of my team and overall though, which was just, it was fun though, because I'm not really that great at most shooters though, but it was one that I was pretty decent at, and I really enjoyed. And I just never got into them shooters again though, because most of them were just like, yeah, just like you just getting killed left, right, and center, and you're just dead in like 5 seconds. Especially when you're playing Call of Duty and you respawn, you run, and then all of a sudden you just get sniped, or you respawn, or you get shot from behind, and you cannot do anything about it because it just goes way too, you just go down way too quick and things like that though, and it's like, that's not fun. Like dying over and over again is not fun, and just basically you just end up hating the game because of that then. But now I have a new game that I am very much really into though, and I've played nothing, over for the past few days though. Like I haven't played like hours and hours and hours now because I have work. But if I was off, maybe I would probably be playing it for hours and hours and hours. Like I'm actually off today, and instead of actually should be playing it right now, I'm just doing this video. I actually haven't named the game though, but you probably know what it is anyway. Um, it's of course it's the latest edition in the Blizzard lineage. They did the Warcraft, they did the Diablo, they did the Starcraft, they did the World of Warcraft, which is this small time MMO that pretty much took the world by storm when it was released back in 2004. That game is 12 years old this year. Hard to believe. And this is the latest edition. It is Overwatch, and it's their first IP in quite a long time, I believe, as well. Because basically all the other games that released over the last several years were basically sequels of existing franchises. Or StarCraft, the expansions, Diablo 3, like Hearthstone's basically just a card game, but it's basically based in the Warcraft universe. And Heroes of the Storm, you could say, is kind of, but it's just basically amalgamation of all the different characters from the franchises. But this is like an original new game now from them, and it's the hit a home run. This is their first foray into a first-person shooter, and they've done a marvelous job, in my honest opinion. Though it's just a very fun, entertaining game to play though, and whether you're playing on your own or you're playing with friends, it's just fun. And you're gonna have your bad matches, you're gonna have your good matches, but and sometimes you might get annoyed though, but it's not to the point of, oh, I'm just dead in 5 seconds every time. No, sometimes you're okay, I wasn't defending myself well, or oh damn, I didn't see that person shooting behind me though till it was too late, and things like that. But at least you have a chance to react perhaps though, whereas in certain other shooters you get shot from behind and basically you can't do anything about it. You turn around, you're dead anyway though, before you turn around. It sucks, but hey. But with Overwatch though, it's just something fun and addicting about it though. It's just a really fun, team-based competitive multiplayer shooter, which basically borrows elements from Team Fortress 2, which was a game that I played a bit of, some of though, when it came out and it was part of the Orange Box package, and I played a bit more a few years later though. But it was I just never really got into it though. So I didn't know, although I do the art style to it, not there, I'm sure for people who played loads of it though, it's probably one of their best, shooters ever though. But I just never got into it though. But with Overwatch, I really am into it. It's really fun though, just the different variety of characters there is. They're separated by attack and more offensive. You have your support classes, you have your tanks, you have your sort of mixture attack and support and things like that as well. And it's all about trying to find the right character for you in a certain situation, especially when you're say defending a point. It's useful to say have Torbjorn, who's this dwarf character who can create turrets, and it's fun to sort of put turrets in certain places and help you shoot down incoming enemies. Or if you sort of trying to escort a payload perhaps, then it's kind of useful to have Reinhardt, who has this basically shield that you can sort of protect yourself and your teammates behind you, and they can shoot and try to escort the payload without exposing yourself as well. Especially when you're getting exposed, you can get shot from behind and try to turn around and block that attack as well. But it's not. But especially if you're getting shot from 3 or 4 different enemies at the same time, then it's a lot harder. Your barrier shit just goes way faster, and then you're just going to get smoked by people. But then when you're on the attack front, though, you can use certain ones like Tracer, who she uses her little blink kind of attack, and also when if she gets damaged, so she can use her little rewind attack ability, though, which basically goes back to a certain point and gets her health back at that point as well. Soldier 76 is pretty much like a standard guy. He basically has his assault rifle. He can sprint. I think he's the only character can. Basically, kind of like the Call of Duty kind of class, you could say, like standard assault class. But there's other ones, like there's the healers like Mercy and that there. You can help you heal, and also can not only heal but give you boost your attack power as well. And that she's quite useful in situations as well, especially when you're trying to attack, especially when you're trying to attack an objective, and also sort of when you're trying to keep enemies out as well, though. Especially she's quite useful though, and there's a few times that I've played with randoms, people who have played with Mercy and have done, I feel, a stellar job, whereas other ones who haven't done such a good job with certain characters. So like, I'm not saying I'm the best Overwatch player in the world though, but I've done good job in certain places. So like, I've got a bunch of play the games, which after every match there's basically a play of the game and shows you someone's like doing a great job, like taking out a bunch of enemies in one go, or like shut down and stuff like that there as well. And it's pretty cool as well. Like, I've gotten a few with Junkrat, who's probably one of my favorite characters in the game. He's basically this spiky haired guy. He's like has his like frag launcher, and also can throw concussion mine, and also like a bird trap as well, which is very useful, especially when an enemy gets caught. You just basically shoot the frags at them and then destroy them. And then has his abilities, the Riptar, who basically just retire and then just basically just try to get in where a bunch of enemies are, and just like detonate and then take out a bunch of enemies or turrets at the same time. And like, there is characters I like playing as, and there's other characters I tried once or twice and it's like, nah, this character's just not for me though. Like, I just found Winston, I'm not particularly fussed in Winston though. So on that though, and a few others as well. Like, I try with Hanzo and Tracer not there once or twice. Like, I could say there is people who are quite good with those characters though, but I'm just not. But maybe if I try more with them, and in the future, maybe I will get pretty good at them though. Like, I'm pretty good with Junkrat, I feel. I'm pretty good with Reinhardt, and a few other characters as well. And it's just a very fun game. I just love the look of the game. Just really nice and stylish though. Just full of color, and some of the maps though just shows how glossy, shiny the game is though. And I'm playing on PC now. So I am. And the thing is though, because this game has been out, it was on the beta for quite some time though, and like I've seen it though, and it's like, I want to play this game. It looks fun as hell though. And the open beta was came a few weeks ago, and they played it on the PS4 now. So I did, and played a bunch of it there, the beta, and I was like, yep, that sold me on the game. I just wanted to see if this game's gonna sell me on buying the game, and it did, and I really love it. I just got the PC version because a few friends were getting on the PC and decided to get on there then. And yes, I'm playing with the controller, which is like, okay, that's practically suicide if you're playing on PC, because aren't you going to get destroyed by people with mouse and keyboard? It's like, yeah, there is certain matches that I've pretty much got destroyed by people though, but there's other matches that I've done pretty good at with a controller, so I have. Because the thing is, so since I grew up with controller though. Like I never really, I never grew up with playing with a mouse and keyboard now with first person shooters. Then I'm more kind to tuned to a controller playing first person shooters I am with a mouse and keyboard though. But I'm sure there's plenty of people who are the other way around, where playing with a controller with a first person shooter just feels weird to them and they cannot grasp it, but because they're just so fine tuned with a mouse and keyboard. And I can understand that though. Like I say, I can understand that. Like of course they're gonna have an advantage though, because they can be more accurate though, and they can just move around a bit faster though. But heck, it's not like I'm getting destroyed every single match now and said fuck this game, I'm done. So yeah, and but there's like certain characters I feel a bit overpowered, or like it's like god damn this. Like Bastion is like one of those ones that people like kind of hate though, facing against though, and like every time I try to play as him, I'm not that great though. Sometimes I'm good and sometimes I'm not. But it's just that really fun game though. I just absolutely love playing it though. And like I said on, like if you follow me on Twitter though, I basically said yesterday, I think it was yesterday, the other day, that this game is actually might be my favorite game of the year thus far, and that is quite surprising coming from quite surprising considering it is a multiplayer only shooter, competitive multiplayer shooter, and I don't play a lot of them. Like I play a bit of them, but I don't play like a lot of them to sort of warrant like oh my god, this is amazing, I love this multiplayer, in this game or whatnot now. But that's not the case with most of those other ones. But in the case of this, that's all there is to it, it's just great though. Like I do have my problems with it though. It's not like oh my god, this is amazing, perfect. Like it's flawless. It has no faults. Like there is certain problems with it. And sometimes it's a bit of a downtime though, trying to run back to the area where all the action is. So like I kind of find that a bit slow. It's just a bit annoying though when you die and you go back to your, base and you have to like run though. Like just you use like 20-30 seconds each time though. Just a bit of a drag though. And also I think this before you start the match, I think a minute is too long. As well, I think it should be 30 seconds at most, and especially the fact is when you're trying to get out and like all the enemies are set up though, sometimes you can get through all right though, and you can start the escort all right, and other times you can just get mowed down easily though, and it just depends on the team and how good or how good they're working with together or not though. Like there's certain teams who just basically destroyed us. And there's other ones, that've been, pretty easy. And then there's some battles I've had that are pretty much, there was like close call though. But this is the one thing I hate as well. Like getting destroyed and like losing is kind of alright. Okay, we got destroyed. So what? Yeah. But the worst kind of matches for me in Overwatch are the ones where, like the payload ones, pretty much, where we're doing a great job. Where basically they're at the first or second, they passed the first or like second checkpoint though, and it's like down to the last minute. So okay, we got this. We're doing a great job. We pretty much got this. And all of a sudden, though, it's like the seconds are ticking though, and all of a sudden it's like overtime. And then basically if they go, like it's a few seconds before like he sort of activates the victory or whatever though. And then all of a sudden, it falls apart. And somehow the other team, in my opinion, get lucky. And then they kill everyone. And then they'll be able to go on to the next checkpoint. And then eventually end up winning the game. And that annoys me. Where we should have won. We're seconds away from winning. And then all of a sudden, the tides turn. And then the other team end up winning. For somewhat reason though. Because they just seem to get the strategy right though, and then just annoys me then, just like, oh damn, we should have won. Like I sometimes when I was playing with Dennis, my friend, he basically said we should have won that, or I said to myself that we should have won that match though, because we were easily gonna win it, and then all of a sudden nope, didn't win it. It sucks. But other than that though, like other than those kind of problems with it though, like some of the characters I feel a bit a bit overpowered though. Like some of them, like bit and a bit. Hopefully, there might be some balance updates, I guess, in the foreseeable future, and hopefully it make things a little bit better because some characters are pretty much not the best with against other characters. And once you see a certain character that you're using, and once you see a certain character, it's like, yep, I'm out of here because I know for a fact I am not good enough to fight that character. Especially when it's like a tank though, and you're using like a support class or something though, you cannot go against them because you're more to do with healing and supporting other characters rather than going full front. But you never know. Like I'm sure there's people out there who've actually done killed a tank or two with Mercy or one Lucio or whatnot now, or one of the other characters, support characters, and did a great job. But yeah, it's a fantastic game. It's really fun, and I'm just having a blast playing it. So yeah, it's just a great multiplayer shooter though, and I'm glad I got it though. Um, so like I'm just really having a great time though. A lot of people really love it. Um, it's definitely when it says I think it is my favorite game of the year thus far though, and it's not going to go out of my top 10. Um, for sure, unless like 10 more amazing games come, but I seriously doubt that. Um, but it's just a fun game though. Like I played nothing but it for the past few days though. Like I really should go back to Doom, which is also another great game, and I've yet to start Uncharted 4. Like May's been a good month for games. Like Uncharted 4, Doom, and Overwatch have basically been three stellar games for a lot of people. And it's like, wow, May's really treated us great with some great games. And unfortunately, June doesn't look that way because No Man's Sky has got delayed, apparently to June or July or August. And there's nothing really else for me personally that I like, yeah, like really want to play. There's Mirror's Edge Castles, like, nah, not fussed on it. I'm not particularly a big fan of the first one. I just don't see the love for that game, but heck, teach their own. And the only other game that I'm probably going to get is the remastered version, whatever you want to say, of Odin Sphere. Um, Odin Sphere Lithaster. I don't know how you pronounce it, but basically the remastered version of Odin Sphere that's coming out in June as well. Which I've got the original. I played some of it though, but just playing a new version of it though with more content and like newer prettier visuals, I guess, but like up-res or upscale or whatnot now. It'll be fun in my opinion anyway. uh I think that's all. Just basically running my mouth though just to say how much I really enjoy Overwatch though. I'll basically be playing more of that game over the next few weeks, um with friends and randoms alike. And it's just a really fun game though. Like my desktop at the moment is Overwatch 1, with basically all the character has a logo and has all these characters and this cool nice comic kind of style. So it is. Have the Torborn, you have Genji, you have Mercy, Soldier 76, Symmetra, Roadhog, and that's just a great thing about just no two characters feel the same. They're just all different looking and just have their own cool abilities and that there as well. It's just very fun. Um, I really do enjoy the game. It's just a blast. So I do just really have a blast with that game. So anyway, that's enough. This has gone on too long as usual. I hope you enjoy this video nonetheless. Like I may not do another video. Like I should just try to do one on a weekly or bi-weekly basis though, and just talk about some of the games I've been playing, or just something that's in the top of my head though. Like I might do one in a week or two time before E3 and sort of give you my predictions, or like what I like expect, or want to see come from E3 now, and then afterwards giving you my thoughts. So because the weird thing about this year is I'm not off. Well, I'm off though for like the Monday and Tuesday though, but because I had to book them off, but I'm not going to see the conferences live for the first time in years because I'll be at a wrestling event, NXT, on that Monday. Um, I know, I think EA and Bethesda, I think their ones are on Sunday. Um, I think EA's ones moved to Sunday now. I believe, was it still Monday? I forget. But anyway, enough about that. I'll probably be doing that there. Hopefully, if I don't, then you know what the deal is. Just can't be arsed. But anyway, guys, take care, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.